This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Woman shot dead in St. Elizabeth. Police are probing the murder of a woman in Bronte, Savannah, St. Elizabeth. The deceased is believed to be in her 50s. Police sources confirmed that the woman was shot dead by gunmen traveling in a motorcar shortly before 9 p.m. on Tuesday. She was reportedly at a shop in her community when the armed men pounced and opened gunfire, hitting her. The murder has left residents in the community puzzled on a motive for killing, as they described the victim as a Christian lady. Fake cops rob abduct a man in Portland cottage in Clarendon. Gunmen traveling in a convoy and posing as policemen robbed and abducted a man in Portland cottage, Lioneltown, Clarendon yesterday afternoon. The abducted man, a fisherman, was eventually released, the police said. He was not injured. Police report that about 2:10 p.m., 4 men were patrons at a bar in Portland cottage when 3 motor vehicles drove up. Men dressed in civilian clothes, bullet-proof vests marked police, and armed with rifles and handguns exited the vehicles. It is reported that the men identified themselves as cops. 3 of the men in the bar ran, leaving the fisherman. The men then reportedly robbed the fisherman of his phone and a bag containing his passport and cash. The men also robbed him of his Toyota Wish motorcar, which was parked outside the bar. The police said the gunmen placed the fisherman in a white Mitsubishi Pajero, blindfolded him, and sped off in the convoy. Along the way, one of the vehicles, a white Toyota Probox, blew a tire. The men abandoned the car along the roadway. On entering the highway from Freetown, the men kicked the fisherman out of the Pajero. Police said that checks revealed that the abandoned Probox motor car was reported stolen in St. Catherine. Woman's body found in Greenville, Manchester. Police were yesterday at a crime scene in Greenville, Manchester, where the body of a woman was found on Bethel Street. The woman, who up to publication was still unidentified, was reportedly found by residents who contacted the police. The cause of death is not immediately known. Information is sketchy, but reports reaching the news indicate that, based on where the body was found, preliminary observations suggest that people were attempting to dispose of the body, possibly by incinerating it. The area was cordoned off as police carried out investigations. Trial date set for Shabdon. Dancehall producer Shabdon is to stand the trial on November 28 for breaching the Corruption Prevention Act. The date was set yesterday morning in the Kingston and the St. Andrew Parish Court. The music producer, whose given name is Linville Thompson Jr., was charged last October. It is alleged that he offered a policeman $2 million to remove an illegal firearm from his vehicle before it was searched. Shabdon, who has been charged with 3 counts of murder arising from a mass shooting in Rose Heights, St. James, did not appear in court yesterday. Attorney Donahue Martin, who is representing Shabdon, explained that Mr. Thompson is in custody in relation to that case. Man shot in KPH car park. A man was shot in the car park of Kingston Public Hospital on Tuesday afternoon. Shortly after midday, the 20-year-old man was in the car park selling guineas when he was approached by a gunman. He was shot in the back while attempting to flee and has been hospitalized. There have been several shootings in the KPH car park over the last few months as rival gangs battle for control of the extortion racket at the location. The Kingston West police are also probing the shooting of an 18-year-old man who turned up at KPH on Tuesday morning. He told the investigators he was walking on Slap Pen Road when he heard explosions and later realized he was shot. Man wanted in the U.S. for securities fraud arrested in St. Andrew. A Jamaican-born American who is wanted by U.S. prosecutors for securities fraud has been arrested by the local police. Jerome Austin, a 59-year-old retired business executive of Stamford, Connecticut, and the Flemington Drive in St. Andrew, was arrested on Tuesday on a provisional extradition warrant by the Counterterrorism and Organized Crime Investigations Branch detectives. He is wanted in New York for conspiracy to commit securities fraud conspiracy to commit wire fraud and a false statement. He's booked to appear before the St. Andrew Parish Court on Thursday. The news was informed that Mr. Austin was taken into custody on another matter. While in custody, it was discovered that he was wanted by the U.S. Justice Department. Ferry police on Mandela Highway closed for renovation. The Ferry police station on Mandela Highway in St. Catherine has been closed for renovation. The Jamaica Constabulary Force advised of temporary situation on Tuesday evening. It says members of the Ferry community and its environs are to direct their concerns and queries to the nearby Duhaney Park Police Station in St. Andrew. That station is located at 3 to 5 Sutcliffe Avenue, Kingston 20. Persons can also take their issues to the Central Village Police Station. Last December, the Toll Authority of Jamaica donated $10 million to help renovate the Ferry Police Station's interior and external structures, which are said to be in dire need of repair. Works slated to be completed included roof repairs, electrical modification, upgrade to existing office and work areas, along with restrooms, improvement of the waiting area, and an overall facelift to the building. The project was to commence 2 years prior, but had been delayed due to unforeseen circumstances. Then Transport Minister Robert Montague said the station is one of the most historic ones that the JCF has. The Ferry Police Station has responsibility for conducting patrol and traffic enforcement activities along the East-to-West Highway and the North-to-South Highway, as well as the Cayman Special Economic Zone to Miami Bay in St. Anne. Man in Beryllium robbery remanded. A man implicated in connection with last month's daring daylight robbery of approximately $22 million from Beryllium couriers was remanded for a bail application on July 21. The bail hearing date was scheduled on Monday when 37-year-old Emil Kilquick Richards made his first appearance in the gun court. The Bray Street, Kingston resident is facing charges of robbery with aggravation, conspiracy to robbery with aggravation, illegal possession of firearm, and receiving stolen property. On Monday, when the matter was called up, the court was informed that investigators are trying to obtain CCTV footage of the alleged incident. As a result, a new mention date was scheduled. The same date was also fixed for the judge to hear a bail application from Richard's lawyer Evan Evans. According to police reports, about 12:10 p.m. on June 8, the employees of Beryllium, formerly guardsman, were transporting money when their vehicle reportedly developed mechanical problems along Jackson Road in Rollington Town, Kingston. While fixing the vehicle, a motor car stopped beside them, and Richards and another man armed with guns exited the vehicle, the police said. The employees ran in different directions, leaving the armored truck behind. The assailants fled the scene with approximately $22 million. Following investigation, Richards was arrested and charged. UK Home Office denies a visa to 15-month-old child born in Jamaica to British resident. A resident of the United Kingdom who is stranded in Jamaica with her 15-month-old son has been told by Britain's Home Office that the child cannot go to the UK because he has an established life in Jamaica. Tiffany Ellis, 28, has indefinite leave to remain in the UK, where she has lived since the age of 8. According to a report in Britain's Guardian newspaper, Mrs. Ellis gave birth to her son on April 30 last year in Jamaica and has been trying to return to the UK ever since. In a letter of refusal of the baby's visa application, Home Office officials say the decision is justified by the need to maintain an effective immigration and border control and will not have unjustifiable harsh consequences. They added that the baby's life can continue as it is now in Jamaica with financial support from his mother in the UK. The Home Office refused the child's visa application on December 22 when he was almost 8 months old. The Guardian reported that Mrs. Ellis and her husband traveled from their home in London to Jamaica in January 2020 to get married. While the couple was waiting for the processing of the paperwork for their wedding to be completed, COVID-19 broke out and they had to stay in Jamaica as many parts of the world were locked down. They were finally able to get married in Jamaica in August 2020. In September 2020, Mrs. Ellis, who was pregnant, became ill and was unable to leave the house. Last December, her husband and their other child returned to London. They had to leave Mrs. Ellis and her son in Jamaica because of the Home Office visa refusal. Mrs. Ellis is particularly anxious because her son has a kidney condition and says specialist pediatric treatment for this condition is not available in Jamaica. The Guardian newspaper says the Home Office is awaiting additional information, and once it is received, the application will again be considered. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.